Hi, it's Kathy from Bishop Stone Yarns, and I'd like to welcome you all here to episode 63 of Bishop Stone Yarns podcast. This is a podcast about crafting and what I've been making, so mainly knitting, sometimes some spinning, sometimes some sewing, anything that I've been making really. I am coming to you from Tasmania, which is the little island to the south of Australia. And of course, it is winter here at the moment. It is August, and we're heading up, I think it's the 21st, so we're heading up towards the end of August, heading up towards the end of winter as well. At the moment, it's late afternoon, so the sun's going to be going down soon. So hopefully, have a chance to make this before the sun disappears here. I seem to have lost the top of my head there. Maybe I should move back a bit. So if you're looking for me around the internet, you can find me as Bishop Stone Yarns on Facebook. You can find me as Bishop Stone Yarns on Instagram. You can find me as Bishop Stone Yarns. Where else can you find me as Bishop Stone Yarns? Oh yes, I've got a blog that I sometimes but very rarely use called Bishop Stone Yarns as well. That's probably about it really. I think I'll just start with what I'm holding here at the moment. Oh, no, actually first I will start with what I'm wearing, because I know if I don't mention this now at the beginning, I'm probably going to forget it. I have got a note here because last episode I was talking about the jumper I was wearing and got the name right but got the designer totally wrong. Absolutely terrible. So at the very end of that, my last episode, I had written down, made a little video just explaining actually who the actual designer was, because I got it totally wrong in the video. So this time I've made sure. So this is the Magnolia Bloom by Camilla Vlad. I think her last name is Vlad. I think that's how you spell it. And if you're interested in finding out about this, you can go back to episode 13, where I talk about the yarns that I used and needles and all of that kind of stuff. So that was back in May 2022, which now seems like quite a while ago, because I was thinking, I remember making this a while ago, and luckily, even though it is the end of winter, today was quite a warmish day. We've had a couple of quite warm sunny days. Today was quite overcast, but I thought, well, I'll put a long sleeve top on and pop this on, because this is actually quite warm, and it's wearing okay. It's kind of, I think it has stretched a little bit over time. I think that's just the nature of the wool that I've used, and it does pill a bit, which I have. I guess it's just, not all jumpers, but a lot of jumpers peel, but this does pill a bit. I did try and take some of the pills off it earlier, but it's still, I still like it. I still would like to make another one of these, actually, probably in a different yarn, something that wasn't quite so fluffy. I don't know if you can see there's a bit of a halo on this jumper, but it's really nice. It is one that you have to wear. You couldn't wear anything too low or revealing. At least I wouldn't be wearing anything too low or revealing underneath it, but it is nice to show off a little bit of colour underneath. So that is the Magnolia Bloom. I know she also has I think a cardigan in this same design, but using a cardigan as well, and I had thought about getting the pattern for that, but maybe maybe I might get round to getting her other pattern as well. But very easy to follow pattern, more simple, lace work on it. It's nothing too difficult there, and it knitted up quite quickly. But like I said, if you want to find all the information about it, just go back to episode 13, which was back in May 2022. Who would have thought that I'm still here with my with my few people who are watching me, so that's really great. I'm really, really happy that people are still watching. Some people are still watching and enjoying it, so thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yes. I was just going to say, well, I guess one of the reasons why I started this was because it gave me a way to talk about what I make and what I enjoy doing. And I still enjoy talking about my knitting and showing off what I've made. And it's also been a good way for me to try and organize what I'm making and what I'm doing and having a bit of a record of all those things. So yes, so it has been fun and I'm still enjoying it. So I might be around for a little bit longer. But yes, we'll get on to what I'm making. So here I have some of my hand spun and hand dyed yarn. So I have had this for a while. These hanks have been sitting around for a while. I do have, excuse me, I do have a bag here. So here I've got quite a few of these little hanks here that have been sitting around for a long time, which I haven't used. And I decided it was about time that I put them together and made something out of these. Of course, I hadn't looked at them for quite a long time. And then one of my spinning groups that I go to, they were going to do, not really a challenge, but they were deciding to make a vest. So people could use we're all going to use the same pattern and make a vest out of our hand spun. And so I quite liked the look of the vest, and so I thought that'd be great. I know what I'll use. I'll use this orange for it, but I have come to a bit of a quandary, really. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to end up doing with this. I started knitting with my first skein of this. I didn't actually look at all the skeins really closely, but the first skein that I started knitting with was slightly smaller gauge than the other skeins that I had. So I had sized the pattern down so that it would fit with the yarn that I had, and I started knitting. So I suppose I should explain that this is made up with just a panel at the front with a kind of like a high neck that you just roll over, and then you just knit the same kind of piece for the back, a straight piece with the neck and rolled over. And as I was knitting this, I really was enjoying it. I got up to about there, I guess. That was the first skein that I had, and I don't know how well you can see this, but it's like a rib, but it's not a rib, because as you can see, it's nicely ribbed on this side. You turn it over, and on the back it looks plain. So it's really it's really interesting, and you could wear it either way. So you could wear it on the plain side, or you could wear it on the rib side. It doesn't really matter which side that you end up kind of wearing it with, and I thought either side looked really nice. So that's as far as I got, and then I decided, well, I had to change to my next skein, and that's where the problem kind of started. So if you can kind of see, this has got a nice kind of drape to it. It's got a nice feel. It's really nice and squishy. And so I'd got up to the point where I was just here casting off for the sleeve and the armhole kind of size. I went up to my next skein, and you can kind of see it's slightly thicker than the one below. So now this fabric is not quite as nice as the fabric below it, because it's a little bit thicker. I was knitting a bit on it, and then I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if it feels a bit too bulky now. I like the whole, I do like it. I like it a lot, but I'm just not sure about, the color change doesn't worry me. I'm okay with the color change. That's not going to worry me at all. It's just whether or not I kind of like this kind of more dense fabric here. So what I thought I would do is I would put that to the side, and you have to bear with me for a minute. I just dropped my other piece that I want to show you. So then I thought what I'd do is I'll just ball up another skein, see if I can get it probably the same as the second skein that I used, and then I have started knitting this, which this is all I've knitted of it so far. So I thought I would knit up in the slightly larger gauge yarn and see what I think, because I haven't really knitted enough of it yet to see whether I really like it or not. I thought if I just keep going and then decide, I don't usually knit with quite such bulky yarn, and it's just that I really, this is some spinning that I had done a long time ago, and then it sat around for a long time being white, and then I had dyed it, and then it's been sitting around, and now I've decided to use it. I feel like I really want to use it, and I don't really have enough for an entire jumper, but I would have enough for this for this vest. I don't know, or do I just stop now and find some other hand spun that's more like an 8-ply than whatever this is? I don't know. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment down below. I could just keep knitting and see how I feel with this one, and then if I really like this, I could pull back the other one and knit it all in the bigger gauge. I don't know. Do I just keep going and see? It would be lovely and warm. It's going to be a lovely warm vest, but then it is just a vest. There is no sleeves to it. I don't know. We'll see. It's great colour. Love the colour. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, maybe I'll just knit a bit more and see how I go. But then I feel like I'm going to be running out of time, because I was hoping to get this all done so that I can take it along to my spinning group I think it's December. Is it November or December? We'll be taking that along. I think it's December. So I've got a couple of months to decide and finish that off. I don't know. It actually kind of matches with my my top today. Yes, I'm just going to have a quick drink of tea. Excuse me. Okay. So the other thing it feels like this month or these few weeks have gone past without me getting very much done, but I have finished, without sewing up the toes, I have finished this pair of socks, which is for my son. So I just need to get him to try this on, and hopefully that will be long enough, and then I can start the second one. Here's the caked up ball. So this is a hand dyed sock yarn, and I think it's the colors are really nice. On the camera here, it seems to pull a lot more than it actually does seem to. When I'm just looking at it, it doesn't seem quite as pulled as that, the colors, but really nice colorway. I can kind of, yep, it's looking quite nice, and yep, should have enough there hopefully to, well, yes, no, I should have enough there to do the second sock. So this is just I think it's like probably an 80-20, so 80% wool, 20% nylon sock yarn mix. Don't know what the name of the mix is, the brand of the sock yarn, but it's just something I bought and then hand dyed. So I've done that. I've been spinning on knitting on my vest, I have, what else have I been doing? Well, I have been doing a bit of cross stitch. So each day, well, at least I've been trying each day to do a bit of cross stitch. So I think I talked about this last time. So I am working on plum street sampler, and so I am dividing this up. So I was saying before, I'm not going to make a stocking. I don't really want a stocking. So I'm just working on this cat piece here at the moment, and then I thought I would make this top piece, whether I do that in two separate like hanging pieces, two long pieces to hang, or whether or not I do it as one piece. I'll decide. Yeah, I'll make a decision about that a bit later. But at the moment, yes, I'm just working on the cat, and yeah, I'm almost finished. So let me show you there. Of course, I'm trying to use up what I've got in my stash, so some of the colours have changed. I have just, oh look, and I haven't even done my nails. Isn't that terrible? Yeah, but I really like it. I'm really happy with it. I just have to finish these little white stars here on the moon, and then decide if I'm going to add any more to it or just leave it as it is, and then move on to the second design. But I think that's quite gorgeous. Actually, seeing it in the hoop there, I'm kind of thinking, I wonder if I could even make a round pillow as a display. I quite like it in the round. It looks quite nice as well, because it kind of suits the pumpkin, round of the pumpkin and the round of the moon. But yeah, no, love it. Absolutely love it. I've been wanting to make this cross stitch for quite a long time, and yep, really enjoying that one. So off the top of my head, apart from a little bit of spinning, I haven't really been making a lot else. It doesn't, I mean, this has taken me a while, and the socks and knitting the socks, yeah, I mean, that's taken a little bit of time, but I don't know why, but I seem to have been very slow with my crafting this month. I think, oh look, I'll just show you a few things that I have got. I don't think I've shown you this before, but when I ordered, when I finished my last quilt, like big quilt, which was the Farmer's Wife sampler quilt, I then decided to go on and make a Jen Kingswell quilt, which I think is called My Little Life. And the idea was to use up lots and lots of little scraps and pieces of material that I have. I've done a little bit on the first block, and I was really doing really well. And then of course winter came, and it was a little bit cooler in my studio, and I hadn't really felt like, well, I don't know, I just stopped working on it, but I'm going to have to get back into it. But anyway, when I ordered the pattern from Jen Kingswell, she sent me this absolutely lovely calendar as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll just show you the back. So on the back here, she has all the different months with her quilt designs on it. And let me have a look. Here's August. So there's the August inspiration. So this has been lovely, having this in my studio with all of this lovely inspiration on it. Jen Kingswell is a I was going to see, oh, here it is. It's called Long Time Ago is the name of this quilt. And she is a fantastic Australian quilt designer, and has her own shop and a lot of amazing designs, and uses a lot of really bright and beautiful colours in her quilts. And I think I have said this before, but I will do a special video just on the quilt that I'm working on at the moment, even though I haven't got as far as I had hoped to in it. But there's my little monthly bit of of inspiration from her quilts. So what else have I been doing? Well, I did, how am I going to do this? I might start over here. So I was gifted these beautiful little bees from a friend, and I've got two others as well. So these are little needle stoppers. Let me just pop them on this needle. This needle is probably a little bit big for these, and these are so cute. So my friend Lynn gifted these to me, and aren't they just beautiful? And I think she got some for herself as well. And I do have, like I said, I do have another couple of pairs, but I've been using these ones at the moment just to hold my vest together. But aren't they gorgeous? And what a lovely little gift. Well, yes, beautiful. Okay, and then talking about gifts, they're between a bit of a gift from another lady and a bit of a donation destash from our community house. So there were some buttons, plus some buttons that I already had. So I'm just making up a couple of jars of buttons because, oh my gosh, who doesn't like a jar of buttons? I thought instead of having my buttons all put away in a drawer where I don't see them, I think it'd be nice to have them in little jars and have them out on display. So now I just have to find a really good spot to put them. But there they are, my beautiful buttons. I'm not quite sure exactly where I want to put them. I might have to, I've tried to divide them up a little bit into more kind of like gold and silvery ones here and just some other coloured ones here. I do have a few other buttons I might try and put in here. But yeah, I just thought they just look so nice. And I can always just turn them around a little bit, mix them up and see some different buttons all the time. I like seeing my craft stuff, even if I'm not using it. It's really nice to sit back and actually just look at some of the craft stuff that we have. Actually, talking about that, we had just recently, our community house had just recently had a little D-stash market, so we could take along, people could take along any of their craft supplies. And so I was so happy. I went along, I had a table and I sold a bit of my hand spun, so I was really happy that some of my brown hand spun has found a new home. I mean, I did sell some colours as well, but I was really happy about the brown going off to people who enjoy brown, because as you know, over the years I have spun up a lot of brown and it's really not a colour, not my favourite colour at all. So I was really happy. So if there's anyone here who has bought any of my yarn from the D-stash or in the past, or from when I was down at Salamanca, thank you, and I hope you're really enjoying the yarn. Now, what else? Last time I was telling you I went and I bought some sock yarn, which I was looking around to see if it was here, but oh, anyway, so I went back to get some more of the sock yarn I was talking about. So it's Patenal Artistry 4-ply. I won't get this out of the containers because oh, it's just going to make so much noise. Don't know if you can kind of see the colours, or maybe I will have to. Just bear with me while all the noise, all the rustling. Oh, gosh. A lot of noise. Okay, so here we go. Here are the 3 colours that I had bought. I just thought it was such a good price, and I just thought I will just end up buying them. So yes, so I've got this one, which is a I was going to say grey, but it's not really grey. It's maybe a fawn and autumny colour. Just looking to see if I can see what the shade is. I have to take my glasses off. Sunrise Mix. So this is Sunrise Mix. I guess this is like the clouds and the anyway, very nice. And this one is called Verdure, Verdure, Verdure Mix. So it's all the blues and the greens. And this one is Red Granite Mix. Oh yes, look at that, beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're all just so beautiful. And I could even be tempted to make a, you know, get enough of, say, something like this for a jumper. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to have a look and see how it knits up for a pair of socks first, and then see a jumper in that. Oh, I don't know. Or I could just go ahead and dye some more sock yarn myself. But yes, there's 3 sock yarns that I've bought. Very, very nice. They'll probably end up being for my children. Yes, very nice. And then while I was getting the buttons, I did get some from the D-Stash. I did end up getting some doilies as well. These probably need a bit of a wash, I think. But I have got a quilt. Well, not a made-up quilt, but a quilt pieces that were donated, that were part of there used to be a lady who used to come along to our knitting group who ended up going into a nursing home, and then some of her quilts and things like that were brought along and donated to the group. And I've got some pieces of hers which is kind of white fabric with doilies and things like that on it. And so I thought this would be a good way to use up some of these to put onto that quilt as well, which I also need to sew up. So that might be one of my projects to try and get done, if not by the end of this year, but kind of start of next year. But yeah, so I thought these would be perfect for that. Okay, I think that's about it really. Oh sorry, that's just the sock yarn thing. I'm not going to put the yarn back in that container at the moment because it will make a lot of noise. Anyway, it is getting a little bit darker outside. We've got some kind of like grey blue clouds now outside, so I think it might be time for me to say goodbye and finish my tea before it gets cold. Just feel it. Yeah, it's not quite cold yet, so it's okay. So yeah, that's what I have been up to so far this month, and I hope everyone else has had a really nice crafting time and has been as productive as they like to be. And apart from that, I think I will say goodbye and catch up with you all next time. Bye.